Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Work in Progress, a conversation series hosted by myself, Julian Lute, and Ed Fronheim on behalf of Great Place to Work. This week, we are joined by two very special guests from a very special company. With us, we have Jill Metz, who works at Wegmans in bakery customer service, and Patty Kaminsky, who is a store operations district manager at Wegmans, to give us a frontline view of what it's like to be serving customers and their community during these extraordinary times. And if you don't know, Wegmans is a supermarket chain that has been named to the 100 best companies to work for by Fortune magazine and Great Place to Work for 23 consecutive years, ranking number 3 in 2020. Along with tens of millions of essential workers in the US, our two guests are still showing up to work and serve our customers and the community every day. And we wanted to hear their stories. So thank you for joining us today, Patty and Jill.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Ed, I know you have a relationship with Wegmans, so I'm going to let you start us off. Take us away.
Thanks, Julian. And I'm really excited about both being able to speak with folks from Wegmans, one of my favorite best companies, but also folks from Buffalo, New York, where I'm from. So it's a treat to have you here with us, Jill and Patty. And Jill, let me start with you. You've been working at a Buffalo Wegmans in the bakery department, really on the front lines of this pandemic of feeding people during the crisis. And we hear in the news that some essential workers on those front lines are at risk of getting sick and are fearful about that. Can you talk about how you felt coming to work at Wegmans, and what are some of the ways the company has helped protect employees and customers during this time?
Starting off when the pandemic started, everyone had the fear, and I know that I had the fear coming to work and not knowing what do I do? What happens if I get sick? Who takes care of my kids? Just a what if, so many what ifs. So there was a lot of fears coming in, and thankfully with Wegmans, they took care of things instantly. They took the fear away from us. They made sure when it was time that we needed masks, they had them. We had 6-foot lines that customers couldn't come near, so it would protect us. In the bakery, as soon as an item went out onto the floor, it couldn't come back into the bakery. So the customers had to adapt to it, we had to adapt to it, and it made things less stressful. It's a scary time. It's a scary time for everybody. It's a scary time that nobody knows what to do, and every day it was a learning curve. And thankfully, Wegmans took care of it for us, without a doubt.
Jill, thank you for sharing that, and that's great to hear. What about on the kind of emotional safety or psychological safety? Has there been anything done to help make sure you all can calm down or feel sort of a level of reassurance, not just in terms of your physical safety, but with dealing with the stress of this overall time?
Every morning we have a thing called a huddle. And so what we do is we group, each department does it, and the manager or whoever the team leader is at that point in time gets us together and we talk about what's going on for today. So we all are on the same playing field. Well, our manager, which is absolutely amazing, had said, whatever you guys need, if you need to go take an extra break, go take it. You need time away, go take it. You need to sit down, go and take your time, because you need it. It is very stressful when you've got people rushing in the store, grabbing all the groceries that they need. They're nervous, which is making you nervous, and you're on the front line. So there's employees that have, if you didn't feel comfortable coming to work, okay, don't worry about it. We have it covered. Because in our department, we do have some older folks that are working with us that we can't have them get sick, nor do we want to, or maybe they live with their grandparents, and we can't have that. At Wegmans, we're a family. I guess that's the best way. If you're not familiar with the culture, it's a family. We work together as a team, and not even just in my department, in the entire store. And it's huge. It really makes a difference because no one else understands what you're going through besides your work family. I always say the smallest gesture can go the longest way. Something of a simple, hello, how are you? Something simple is a thank you. Well, Wegmans, for us, for the employees, they started back in the beginning of March, and it's the smallest gesture, but we absolutely love it. They have offered all of their employees free coffee. So it's smallest, but we absolutely love the fact it is, you know, how do you take care of it? You're like mentally, go have a cup of coffee and sit down and enjoy it and just breathe for a little bit. There's little things that Wegmans has done. They put a back little pantry area in our back area room for us, and it's all of necessities, because when you're coming in, if you're coming in past the time that the store's opened up, there's a good chance of items that you need are not going to be on the shelves anymore. So they've put a little stockpile for us employees that if we need it, we can grab it to get us by. It's a wonderful gesture. The smallest gesture can go the longest way.
One of the key things throughout this entire process for the company has been communication. And Jill mentioned the huddle within her department. And, from the beginning of all things happening, transparency and communication has been so critical for all of us. We started on this journey with, just the overall, clear understanding that, we were going to be in this together. And, we are going to, share what we know, our role in this as a company, why, and, be transparent of everything that is happening. If we rewind 3 months ago, right, and just understand how much change has happened within the environment, it has been through input from our people and, constant feedback, right? What is working well? How can we continue to, make the environment, comfortable and safe? And that has been our number one priority.
Thanks, Patty. Julian, do you want to proceed with more questions for Patty now?
Oh yeah, Patty, thank you so much, because you actually made a perfect transition for me here, because we know that one of your favorite Wegmans values is care, and caring leadership is crucial right now. Jill expressed that so eloquently before. From a leadership perspective, what does care look like during this pandemic?
From the beginning, this has been about our people and ensuring that our people are well taken care of. At Wegmans, from a leadership standpoint, the most important thing to all of us is that we are all seen as approachable leaders that are connected with our teams. So from day one, this has been, a daily, opportunity to, listen and understand how we are going to continue to connect with our people and get through this together. And, in addition to understanding, what is happening in the work environment has been really, what is happening outside of work as well, right? And understanding all that each of our employees are going through at this time.
I love the fact that you're not afraid to bring in and respond to the things that people may be dealing with before and after work. So that's crucial, and that's a key component of caring, right? Let me switch to another topic that we've been hearing a lot from folks who have been participating in various roundtables that we've had. Folks are asking, they're asking about how do you really recognize employees these days, right? In tough times, it's oftentimes the heroics that people do may go unnoticed because everyone is sort of, pulling more than their own weight. How are you all showing recognition amid these difficult times right now?
Yes. I think Jill mentioned a few of them. Again, some of the free coffee, which we all love, right, Jill?
You love it.
I guess. Through the time frame, we've, provided, many snacks and meals for our teams. We also have increased compensation during this time as well, per hourly increases for our employees in the operation, and, continue to, share those little things as Jill mentioned, right? The overall connections. Heroes enter here, going into our break rooms and into our employee entrances. We are a company that shares stories, and, during those huddles, having the opportunity to share those customer compliments, recognizing our employees for their heroic efforts has been, a daily part of what we do for our people.
What would be one thing that you would tell another leader to help their organization survive and thrive during this time?
Communication is definitely a huge piece of overall transparency. Helping, our employees understand the what and the why is always key, and really fostering that culture and environment of trust. Through this process, a lot of change has happened daily. And, as Jill mentioned, what we talked about yesterday or last week, based on, new circumstances may change the next day. So, being open and transparent and really, keeping folks informed. And, obviously the number one priority of the importance of employees being safe in their environment.
Patty, let me follow up on that with one of our last questions. What's one thing you would tell people that are shopping at Wegmans and other stores, whether it's grocery stores or other stores, and when they're interacting with folks on the front line like Jill and other employees, what might you say to them that they might not be thinking of?
That, we are showing up every single day with the highest of standards to take the best care of our employees in our community.
That's lovely. Jill, anything you would add to that?
I would. Be kind and be patient. We are doing the very best that we can. We're all in this together, and just be kind. And there's a lot of customers that thanked us for being here. Thank you. I mean, I can't tell you how many customers have said, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having this. You don't think about it, but it's so appreciative. It's just, well, thank you. That was really kind of you. That's right. Just bring your patience. When you come, we're all in this together.
Thank you so much for spending this amount of time with us today. I'm sure at the beginning or the end of such a busy day for both of you to share your stories, your experience, and tell us what it means to be not just an employee right now, but to be the member of a community who's serving the community so well. Thank you for the honor of speaking with us today.
I also thank you, Jill and Patty, not just for being here today with us, but for doing the work you're doing on the front lines during this challenging time. And we want to thank all of you who are watching this episode of Work in Progress. Again, our goal is to help us get through this challenging time, and not just get through, but to really make progress toward our mission here at Great Place to Work, which is to build a better world through great places to work for all, everywhere. So see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.